How do you feel when you hear the word stress? Doesn't give any good vibes, does it? Feels like you're disconnected both to yourself and the rest of society. Maybe you even feel a little bit dizzy. That's because the command center of your brain, the amygdala, quite literally takes control of your action. The psychologist Dr. Daniel Goleman called this the amygdala hijack. Stress. Most people feel anxiety when they hear that word. And I have figured a way to bypass that, and today I want to tell you how. The World Health Organization has identified stress as the health epidemic of the 21st century. For most people, that comes in the form of an overloaded, never-ending to-do list. Busy has become the buzzword of our times. People want to be all over the place with fear of missing out and scared of being nobody. And when we don't feel well inside, who wants to admit that? Stress is seen as weakness. And in the healthcare system, stress belongs to mental illness. And that is a scary fact for most people. So how do we try to solve the stress problem of today? With a self-care night? Does that include quick fixes, like Netflix or a glass of wine? Chances are you said yes. Or maybe you buy an app to help you keep track of your to-do list. Or you buy a gadget to squeeze. Or you find an over-the-counter medication or supplement. Take this pill and everything will be fine, they say. And I'm talking about all those pills out there telling you that you lack this one specific substance. And there are so many of them. And most of these solutions only seem to bring one more thing on your to-do list to keep track of. And does that make you less stressed? Probably not. So whether it is that celebrity-endorsed pill or a glass of wine or other indulgences, the key to our stress release seems to come from the outside. We are so busy in the search of an external solution to our stress problem that we have forgotten our own internal toolkit. And even though everyone is swamped with quick fixes, all promising to beat our stress for us, the problem only grows each year. Not only in numbers of individuals affected, but also in ages impacted. As a doctor, I am going to prescribe something different. I want to prescribe another way of thinking. I've been working as a medical doctor for over 30 years now with stress problems and other health issues. And what I have found is simple. Stress is not all the things on your to-do list. It's the solution is not just external, it's internal. We are all born with the coping mechanism to deal with stress, and we have all the tools we need, but somewhere along the line we forgot how to use them. I'm not talking about traditional medicine or other kinds of medicines. I'm telling you that you have everything inside of you to tackle your stress. You just need to learn the tools. This is all part of the famous fight, flight, or freeze response to anxiety triggers, the automatic process where our perception of an event is amplifying the physical reaction in our bodies. And the threat when this system was evolving was lions and other dangerous animals. And today's lion is the overfilled calendar, the never-ending inbox. And we have to tackle that in a different way Let me tell you about the time I became an expert on stress by accident. I was 34 years old, just getting out of medical school, taking my last exam, when two big tragedies literally hit me within a week's time. First, my brother, who was mentally ill, committed suicide. Then, just 1 week later, our first child, who was diagnosed with a severe genetic disease, she died, only 10 weeks old. And I, who was at the threshold of my medical career, I fell to pieces. I was at rock bottom, only wanting to escape this world. And then after a while, this little voice inside my head started nagging me to pull myself together, to start living again. I did not want to listen to that. I had nothing to live for, nothing. But then the little voice inside my head started calling me a victim. Me, a victim. And then I woke up. I could not see myself as a victim. And then the little voice kept me active, helped me to get out of it. I did take walks. I did care for my meals, and I cared for my sleep, and I could slowly leave my cave again. Some months later, I took up my career again as a young medical doctor, and I could soon see that I met patients every day who were also full of stress and having way too much to do. It would take me another 20 years working as a doctor, treating people in the ordinary health clinic with stress and other things, and giving birth to 3 more babies who today are grown-up, young, beautiful ladies. It was not until then that I could fully dedicate my career to stress. It was when everything got too much for me again. There was so much work, and there was the family and everything else, and I was totally trapped in the hamster wheel. And I was heading for depression. Then I remembered, there is a way out. I've done it before, it's possible. And in the search on what and how I did that, I found that you need 2 different set of skills to beat your stress. And I simply call them here and now tools and long-term changes. You see, stress is part of life. It's a biological reaction. You can't lock it out. It will always knock on your door when your ability does not meet your demands. And the first set of skills, the here and now, they are to use when stress comes knocking on your door, to help you not to get into that loop of negativity, stress, and anxiety. And these are your inborn tools, your internal toolkit, so to speak. And it's simple things like, imagine getting up on this stage and being a little bit nervous. And then you can take a deep breath like this, and you can do it too if you want. And you get your shoulders down, and everything feels fine. It can be things like getting up from your chair and jump a little beside your chair, or walk around your desk. It can be like a mini meditation. A mini meditation to me is closing your eyes and repeating one word slowly. And I use the word release, like this. And feel free to do it with me. Release, release, release. And then everything feels fine. It's just all those simple things you can do. And these are just to let your brain rest for a short moment from the stressful moment that you are having. And science is clear. We are wired to be monotaskers. Our brain cannot effectively concentrate on more than one thought at a time, and it better be an active thought by you than an amygdala hijack moment. And the cool thing is that these tools are totally free. You always have them with you. But these tools won't make you stress-free in the long run. It's only for the moment. And this is where most of the quick fixes out there fit in. They don't give long-term effect. The root cause is still there. And some of you may think, we might as well just get rid of those nasty stress hormones for once and for all. And that is a tempting thought, I admit. But there is a huge but in this. Because stress is part of life. We need this to get out of bed in the morning, to run for the bus when we're late, and all those just ordinary, normal things in life. Because without stress hormones in action, you are dead. So the second set of skills, the long-term changes, is in a way the more important, because it's to get to the root cause and to help you to not get into that loop constantly, but to help you stay out and to make changes, real changes in your life. And when I looked at this, I saw a pattern. There are 3 things that matter in the long-term toolkit. And it's called long-term because this is things that you need to do for the rest of your life. It's a never-ending work. And the first thing that matters long-term is your mindset. Are you willing to do these changes? If not, you might as well just give up, because it won't work if you don't work. You need willpower to do the changes. The second thing that matters is the energy. Do you have energy to do the changes? You can't buy energy, and you can't get it from someone else. You just have to generate that energy yourself by healthy living. And you have to fix that before you can start doing other changes. And these are natural things like regular sleep for 7 to 8 hours per night, eating healthy, nutritious food, and on top of that, some physical activity. And daily brisk walks will do fine. It's only when you have your mindset in place and the energy to do it, that's when you can start working with the things around you, your external platform. And that's the third thing that matters, the life outside your body. And don't get me wrong, this is still internal work inside your brain, using your internal tools to manage the world outside of you. And the external things around you that you may want to change can be the job and that never-ending to-do list. It can be about money, it can be about family, it can be about network. Are people good for you, or do they steal your energy? Do you need to do something about that? It can be about intimacy. Yes, even where you live matters. Stress is inevitable, but we all have the choice on how we can manage it and to live happily. We all have that internal power for change. We just need to use it. And I believe that anyone can do this, to reconnect with your internal tools, and that includes you. Thank you.